So you've just come from the dermatologist and they prescribed you a big old bottle of antibiotics for your acne. And you're like, yes, I want my acne gone, but do I want to take antibiotics? And I have to tell you, I am not a doctor. Please take all the things that the doctors have prescribed. I wanted to share this video, that being said, to share a little bit more about my antibiotic experience with acne, some things to look out for, and to just give you information that I never had. Okay, let's go. Hi there, my name is Jill Therese, and after 15 years of dealing with acne, I finally cleared my skin naturally. I created my acne clearing program, The Clear Code, to help you do the same. 7 years and thousands of clients later, I've made it my life's work to get you clear skin without the pills, creams, and/or crazy hormones. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. Again, I am not a doctor. I am talking about a medicine right now, Doxycycline, for example, that I took for years. We'll talk about that in a second. That I cannot prescribe. I cannot tell you not to take. I would never tell you not to take any medicine that your doctors prescribe you. So please always talk with them. So why is something like Doxycycline prescribed for your acne? Antibiotics like this are prescribed to inhibit the growth of bacterial cells, which is one of the main reasons for breakouts. We all have bacteria on our face all the time. It's just, we all don't have the other conditions needed for a breakout to form. That being said, here's a quick little interlude on why you're breaking out in the first place. The 4 action steps, the 4 kind of conditions that need to be in place for you to get a breakout. Number 1, you have an excess of skin cells at the pore. Number 2, you have an excess of oil at your pore. Number 3, your skin cells aren't sloughing off the way that they should. And number 4, P.Acnes, the bacteria that causes acne, is currently sitting on your face. It gets into this really overcrowded, oily pore, and voila, you have a breakout. This is how acne forms, and this is why antibiotics are commonly prescribed for it, because the antibiotics act on that P.Acnes. Here's some science behind this for my fellow science nerds. The first tetracycline derivative to come to market was Doxycycline. It was used a long time ago, and its parent was tetracycline, like I just mentioned. It made it really optimal for penetrating the sebaceous gland. Now, there are a few issues, but one of the most important issues and points to note of this antibiotic issue is that doxycycline is a derivative of tetracycline whose susceptibility to antibiotic resistance has made it really unpopular. This is why too, like, I was on doxycycline, I remember, for years. I don't think doctors prescribe it like that now at all because of this issue of antibiotic resistance. Basically, the more antibiotics you take, bacteria is smart. It wants to survive, so it's gonna become resistant to the antibiotic. And so obviously we don't want that as people. It's kind of an inevitability, but obviously doctors, scientists want to limit that. That being said, I wanted to talk to you about my experience with antibiotics for my acne. Now, I've mentioned this before, don't tell anybody, but I had acne in the 90s. Okay, it's a while ago. And with that, I was on antibiotics for a long time. I was on doxycycline, I think, for like years. I'm not kidding. In the early 2000s, late 90s. And they did help my skin. And also, they made it so that I never really had a normal poo schedule ever again in my life. And I will tell you that every single dermatologist I went to, and I sat in front of about my acne, I would say to them, hey, yo, doc, do you think that my horrible diet, chili cheese dogs and Doritos, could be contributing potentially to my acne issues? Do you think that that could be causing the challenges that I am seeing with my skin right now? And every time they brushed me off, they told me I was crazy, and then they would give me an oral medication to heal my acne. Now, it's not like your stomach and your face, like the connection between your gut and your skin is very complicated, and I actually have a few videos about that. Leaky gut and acne, probiotics and acne. There's little things here and here. So it's like far more complicated than that, but the moment that doctors gave me a pill to take orally to fix my skin issues, should have told me, I should have trusted that there was a larger systemic issue in question. that it is my mission to bring to the forefront of the discussion every day. Now, if you're at this really critical point with your acne where you're like, I'm just gonna lose it and I wanna take this medicine, there is no judgment, go for it. And also, again, for the 10th time, I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you what to do. But if your doctor prescribed doxycycline solely for your acne, and you're wondering what that means for you long-term, I just wanted to share some documented side effects that can come from long-term antibiotic use. Doxycycline itself is frequently associated with phototoxicity. So basically it just makes you more susceptible to sunburn. Gastrointestinal disturbances are a common side effect of doxycycline treatment. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation. You may get pill esophagitis, which is just like an inflammation of your esophagus. You can also get, there's a potential for tooth discoloration. That's obviously not very common. And it has been shown to impair bone growth in children and during pregnancy. Every medicine comes with side effects, like poring over the side effects of a medicine. I don't know how necessarily kind of important that is for you in this moment, but it's important to note the gastrointestinal stuff because that impacts you later. When you're taking an antibiotic, you're completely disrupting the gut flora. The natural gut flora that you've had. We have 3 pounds of bacteria from here to the other side. It's all working with you. Most of it, some of it is opportunistic and that it's not good for you. But generally speaking, bacteria is good for you to have in your gut. And we're made of bacteria. I shouldn't say it's good for you. It's integral. It's vital. It is part of life. But you want the right kind. And when you take antibiotics, you risk disrupting that. How many of you, comment with yes below, have been prescribed an antibiotic and then also been prescribed an anti-yeast medication? Every time I have to go take an antibiotic, I have to get an anti-yeast medicine because yeast, antibiotics, fungus, all these things interact, and sometimes antibiotics can negatively disrupt your vaginal flora as well. They're all connected. That being said, doxycycline's effectiveness against, or rather in healing your acne, is really high. It's like 75% of the time you're gonna see a really great positive change to your skin. The issue is that it doesn't last once you stop taking the medicine, which I saw and all of my clients have seen 20,000 times. It'll come right back in like 6 weeks. So I also wanted to share a link to a study kind of on this note around the microbiome and gut health as it relates to taking antibiotics. Again, if I get pneumonia, give me antibiotics. If I have a UTI, give me antibiotics. If I had a severe acne issue, antibiotics wouldn't be my first course of treatment. That's not what I would choose because microbiome composition can be rapidly altered by exposure to antibiotics with potential immediate effects on health through the selection of resistant opportunistic pathogens that can cause acute disease, can directly affect health in the long term. It can impact many physiological processes. It can alter many basic physiological equilibria, promoting long-term disease. Really, taking antibiotics long-term for acne would just not be my first course of action. And again, there's no judgment if you're on it or you want to take it. I just wanted you to have this information. Really, long story short, taking doxycycline for your acne can really help clear it up in the short term, and it may have long-term effects on your gut that you might not want. So that's been my experience, and that's been like every single client I've ever seen's experience. That being said, if it's something you're doing or something you're considering, please take whatever your doctor recommends. I'll stop saying that, but like really take whatever your doctor recommends. But also explore something like probiotics instead, and also check out my video on probiotics and acne and leaky gut and acne so that you can start to understand the link between your gut health and your skin and how there are so many different ways to support gut health or to support your skin via your gut health. And it doesn't have to be this cut and dry experience where you just take a medicine and you don't know what's going on. There's so much more to your gut and your skin than we've been told. And it's really my mission to share the information that I never had. That being said, I have a root acne triggers quiz, an acne personality quiz on this very topic. I help you get really clear on whether or not your breakouts are primarily due to digestion, hormones, or blood sugar management. So you can download that via the link below. You can take it, it's 30 seconds, 10 questions, and you'll download 3 action steps and 3 recipes you can start to try to heal your acne naturally, like so many of my clients have. And we actually talk about digestion in that root triggers quiz. So take that quiz, And then maybe even comment below this video and let me know what acne personality type you got. Also, if you want to join a safe, private, and empathetic community of people dealing with their acne just like you, we have a private Facebook group where you can meet other people dealing with skin stuff as well. So make sure you join us via the link below. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with someone. If you know someone who's been dealing with chronic acne issues and also has gut health issues, please send them this video. I would love for them to just have some information around what long-term antibiotic use for acne can do. Honestly, positively too in the short term, and then in the long term, how it can impact you. And also, like sometimes people will come to me and they'll say, I want to take this, but then I also want to heal my gut. You can do both. Like you can take antibiotics and focus on healing your acne naturally from a gut perspective at the same time. They're not mutually exclusive. Okay, so send this video to them if you know anyone who might benefit from it. And again, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video, and I will see you in the next one.